Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. Good evening po. Welcome back to our first edition for Morning with the Kuyas. Of course,
Ayan.
2026. Kumusta bro? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Kuya Nikki. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy belated Three Kings na din.
Mm-hmm.
Today is the, ano ba, second, we just concluded or about to conclude the second week of January. At eto na mga kababayan, we are back on track with Morning with the Kuyas. Please do share our live with your friends, your families, kasi we'll never know who would want to go to Canada, and this is the best time for them to reach the right information. Ang dami kumakalat na mga balita, mga fake news, mga paasa na videos na hindi naman pala totoo. So ingat po tayo because some people are already panicking. Some people are already buying their plane ticket going to Canada. Tapos yung pala, akala nila kasi walang visa, no visa requirement. And it turns out there are certain requirements still. So ingat po tayo. Always check with the IRCC website kung nakikita niyo yung mga floating viral videos if there's any truth to it or not. So always be careful with that one. And it all starts with sharing the live para po kung meron mang gustong magtanong after our presentation today, then masasagot natin ng tama. Kaysa naman yung nanguhula lang sila or nagbe-base sila sa mga how do you call it? Baseless videos or yung mga clickbait videos. Yan, ingat po tayo dyan.
Yes, and of course, again, welcome. So for the newcomers who are doing the January intake, welcome to Canada.
Yes, welcome
Uh,
to Canada.
Welcome to the coldest season of Canada, January. So we always recommend to really boost up your immune system, stay healthy, keep warm as much as possible. Of course, as we always said, dress accordingly to the weather.
Mhm.
Canada is Canada. It's all over all the provinces. It's really cold. It can really go up to -20, -30, but still, you know, this is Canada. So we need to adjust what Canada can offer to us. Once again,
Yeah.
welcome to Canada. We always hope that you guys will be okay health wise, and for your studies, make sure to spend more time studying, not spend time on the work side. But for students, we always recommend to spend more time studying because you're here to study. Okay, working is just an option. Of course, you have the liberty to work 24 hours while you are studying, and then full time on the scheduled breaks, like
Yes.
reading week, Christmas break, term break. You can work full time. And correct me if I'm wrong, Rod. You can also work full time. Where
There
whenever.
are unlimited hours. So the 24 hours per week limitation is off-campus work. So that
Mm-hmm.
means for any work done outside your school grounds would be subject to a 24-hour limit. But if you are working inside your campus, then that is unlimited hours. But of course, granted, you have to balance and prioritize your studying efforts as compared to your working efforts because you remember you are a student. You have to do good in school, finish your program on time, graduate, and then you can apply for the postgraduate work permit. That would be the one that's unrestricted.
Yeah. So once again, Kuya Mikmik is our resident licensed immigration consultant. I am your education consultant. We're former students who became transitioned to PR to citizen, and we're registered and licensed here in Canada. Bro, can we also discuss what the services that Sun-Cor is offering?
Ayan mga kababayan, we start with our free LOA assistance. We started with free LOA assistance ever since. If you're applying for a College level, then there's also what you call a provincial attestation letter. This one should be free. This one shouldn't be charged to you by your agents by any agency. Um, there's also an open work permit opportunity for those studying on a master's and above level, where they can bring their spouse or common law partner. Pag kayo po ay graduate na, there's what you call a postgraduate work permit as long as you studied in a PGWP eligible school and field of specialization or yung tinatawag na certain types of field that would qualify for the postgraduate work permit program. Visitor visa, if your parents want to join you during your graduation, if your brothers, sisters, loved ones want to visit you while you're studying in Canada, or if you want to visit Canada first before you commit to studying, you could go enter as a visitor visa first. Um, let's touch the video circling around. Filipinos would still need a visa unless you qualify for what is called an electronic travel authorization. So there are requirements for that one. The ETA only works if you have an existing tourist visa, for example, or you had a Canadian visa before in the last 10 years. So other than that, outside those two exemptions, you will still need to apply for a tourist visa to enter Canada as a tourist. Visa and permit extensions, there are cases where you want to stay longer in Canada. Let's say you attended the convocation on October and then you're like, konti na lang mag-snow na. I wanna stay longer to experience snow and winter. We could apply for an extension for you. Permit extensions also, if you're on an open work permit and then you want to extend your working rights, there are also possibilities to that one. If you are to apply for permanent residency, express entry is one of the most popular ways for Filipinos, especially for international students. There's Canadian Experience Class. There's also skilled workers, skilled trades, provincial nominee program, category-based selection. It also falls under express entry. Super visa would be if, let's say, you are a PR and you want your parents to stay longer at any given entry. So instead of the 6 months, tapos extend tayo, let's just do the super visa. Startup visa, there are changes there. That's why nobody's talking about startup visas now. Family sponsorship, we are waiting when it will open again for PRs and citizens to apply to sponsor their parents to become a PR, just like what I did with my mom recently. And then, of course, LMIA work permit, there are certain changes on the cosmopolitan metropolitan area and the unemployment rate. So check it out if your area still is qualified or not under the LMIA work permit. And of course, caregivers, there is a pause on the caregiver program. So we have to wait and see what happens for 2027. They already announced there's a pause for 2026. So let's see if it's true that it's until the following years, or maybe there are changes in the coming months or so, hopefully. And at the end of the day, you could become like a permanent, you become a PR and then you could become a Canadian citizen like us. So that would give you visa-free entry to around 180 countries. Or ETA na lang yung kailangan. And of course, you'll have the blue passport. So, technically, hindi na kayo Filipino, Canadian na kayo. Kahit kayo ay Filipino at heart. So, yan po. Those are our services. And there's many things in between as well. So, just send us an email. You could see the running email below, info@studyworklivemigratecanada.com for your Canadian immigration needs. If you're applying for an LOA, for example, you could email us at apply@sun-core.com.
There you go. I'm just trying to check if we can. That's our Facebook page for our email address. I'm just trying to
Guys,
do.
please bear with our internet because we are not in Canada right now. So
Yeah,
there you
there.
go. Apply at sun-core.com. So for your LOA needs, please do send us an email there at applies at sun-core.com. For your visa and PR needs, you could send us an email on the running email, info@studyworklivemigratecanada.com.
Okay, so well, we do have a visitor today. Our visitor
Yes,
is one of our favorite school. Michael and I went there, I think, for a few times already.
many times. Yes.
Yes, and they have a lot of. I think they have an additional pathway just for specifically just for their area. But to discuss further about this school, our visitor from Lambton College, please help me welcome Eric Walker, the International Recruitment Advisor of Lambton College. Hi, Eric. How are
All
you?
right.
Hi, Nikki. Hi, Michael. How are you guys? I'm good.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you both.
Yes,
Happy
I
New
hope this
Year.
2026 could give us a better, year. I know for the past 2 3 years it was tough. A lot of changes going on, but this is Canada. Like what Michael said, it happened before. This is just the down side of the loop, and then eventually we're gonna go up again.
It's like a cycle where it's the policies change and then it changes again and then it changes again. But what's certain is there are still significantly a lot of Filipinos coming in, and that doesn't stop. And Canada still remains to be a good destination for
Yes,
Filipinos.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. I think you're right. We did see the market sort of overheat a little bit, maybe in 23, 2024, with so many satellite campuses and private schools. And what we're seeing now
yes,
is the correction. But what's
yeah,
important to note is that there's still many students coming to Canada from the Philippines, from around the
Mhm.
world, and they're still finding the opportunities because the programs that are now available for them are ones that have been specifically designated to be in areas of labor market demand in Canada, which is good.
yeah. I mean,
Yes.
Canada is very specific now. No, they literally give us a hint that if you want to become permanent resident, these are the programs that you're gonna, with the field of studies. These are the things, or these are the programs that, they put significance on it. That these are the people we need, right? And just to give an idea that Canada never shut down its door for international studies.
Yep.
Don't with all the social media, information that Canada is gone now. Canada is so difficult to come in. They end
Mm.
up international student, and when they offer other countries, but we always said Canada never shut down its door. They just want quality people. You
Right.
know?
And we saw in the, I guess, 2020, 21, 22, we saw a lot of students coming for the same types of programs, I would say, your business management, hospitality, project management.
Yeah,
And I think it led to too many graduates maybe from those programs. So now the government policies are forcing colleges, which as they should, to sort of restructure their program offerings to better fit with where the careers actually are and where the need for people actually are in Canada to work.
I see. So yeah, Eric, I think everyone is excited. We're gonna give you the floor. Michael
Okay,
and I will be on the background, and let me
Yep.
just try to share your screen. There you go.
awesome. Thank you both. Sure. So as mentioned, my name is Eric Walker. I'm an international recruitment advisor here at Lambton College. And here we have a photo of our beautiful main campus in Sarnia, Ontario. We have two campus locations, one in Sarnia, as I just mentioned, and the other one is in Ottawa, Ontario. And we have a lot of different programs that I'll get into in a second. But before we begin, let's think about you as the student first. So what do students want to achieve? What are you looking for? What is the goal of the student? Well, what I found for most students looking to study abroad is that firstly, they're looking for a good career after they graduate. They want to take a program that leads them into a job where they can, make money and feel safe and secure. And then the second thing is getting that in a safe and supportive environment. They want to go to a country that's welcoming, that's safe for them, their partner, their family, and they want to have a supportive environment as well. They want to go to a college that's going to guide them in the process of making one of the biggest decisions of their life. And then after they arrive, they want to feel that support as well. Another important factor is affordability and transparent costs. Obviously, taking a post-secondary education tends to be expensive, so they have to factor that in when making a decision. And it's preferable if the college or university is letting the student know up front about how much they're going to expect to pay over the course of their studies there. Then lastly, they want clear guidance and support. So this can factor back to you guys as agents as well. And from the college, they need guidance on what their top options are and support, in making their application, applying for their visa, finding accommodation when they arrive. These are all of the main things I think on students' minds when they think about studying abroad. And now, why does it feel difficult? So again, I've spoken to thousands of students about picking a college and studying abroad. And the fact is there's thousands of choices when you consider studying abroad between many different countries, different levels of studies, colleges, universities, programs. It can be very confusing. There can be too many choices. Trying to narrow it down can be difficult. There are obviously visa and study permit concerns in certain countries. Will I get my visa to come to Canada? Will I get my visa if I take this program at Lambton College? And then obviously cost and budget concerns are another thing that make it difficult, because maybe your preferred choice of school is really expensive and it doesn't fit within your budget. So then you're looking for other options, or you think, hey, I can afford this school, but what is the cost of living in the city going to be? So you can see why there's a lot of difficulty around trying to actually finalize and make a decision on where to study abroad. So let's look at your path to success and sort of how this aligns with Lambton College for you as a student. So what's nice at Lambton College is we have a clear path, and sort of what we were just talking about, the programs are aligned with career outcomes. So students who enroll in our programs are enrolling in a program that's postgraduate work permit eligible, and the programs that have that work permit eligibility are ones that the Canadian government has deemed to be in areas of labor market need. So you do have that clear path of this program aligns with this career in this field. We have a supportive community with advisors and mentors to guide you from day one. So you can always reach out to somebody here at the international office. We can connect you with students who have already taken your program. We have academic advisors, admission advisors. We work with, again, many different qualified education consultant partners like Sun-Cor, and we're there to support you from the second you even think about making your application to Lambton, from until the day you graduate and then beyond with our alumni department. We're affordable and transparent, so you're not going to see any surprises in your tuition fees. We post all of the costs of each semester on our website so you can budget accordingly. And we do have the safe environment that students are looking for with welcoming and secure campuses. Crime rates are low here in Sarnia and Ottawa. The city is peaceful. It's safe to walk around. People are very welcoming and kind. There's a lot of benefits, I think, to coming to Canada, just in terms of the welcoming culture and the safety within the community. And then you want to step into success after you graduate. So at Lambton College, we have over 67,000 alumni working around the world, over 500 different industry partners across Canada for our co-op experiences. We've been ranked the #2 college in Canada overall in research in 2024, and we've been ranked in the top 5 for 9 consecutive years. And students also get a personalized experience in the classroom with an average class size of only 1 faculty for every 25 students. So it's very easy to have personal connections or ask questions or learn more about the industry from your faculty, because you're not walking into a giant lecture hall with 500 students where, you know, the faculty's time may be limited, and it's hard to, if you're having trouble or confused, to ask those types of questions. And then hopefully, as you see on the right here, at the end of your program, you graduate at our arena here on campus, and you can move on to a successful career path in your life. Lambton College is a place where you can belong and succeed. We have lots of facilities here on campus. These pictures are specifically from Sarnia. It's home of the Lambton Lions. We have many different varsity sports teams. We have basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, to name a few. We also have a brand new fitness complex, the C-Star Group Athletics and Fitness Complex that you can see in that photo there, where students can work out as a part of their tuition fees. We have many different study spaces on campus, and we also have an on-campus pub and bar where students can go to pub night. They can get lunch while they're at school. They can play pool. We also have 2 new golf simulators and an esports arena that are attached to the Lions Den that's available for our students to rent out and use as well. The esports arena is actually free to use. And we have many different clubs on campus, student groups. We have a Fluency Friend program where students can be connected with somebody who's actually a domestic student. So there's lots of options at this campus to feel like you're really a part of the community and that you really belong. And we see that with the students that we speak with. You're home away from home. So this picture is of downtown Sarnia. You can see the forest-lined streets or the tree-lined streets behind downtown in a local neighborhood. We offer guaranteed accommodation for our students who come here. So you do not need to stress about finding a place to live. We have a housing department who can help students who need assistance with finding accommodation. And on top of that, Sarnia is one of the most affordable cities in Ontario. It's actually ranked second by Money Sense, with the only more affordable city being Sault Ste. Marie. And Sault Ste. Marie is about 7 hours drive from Toronto, whereas Sarnia is only 2.5, and Sarnia is much further south. I know you guys were talking about how it's cold in Canada, but Sarnia actually experiences one of the warmer climates in Canada. Even in the wintertime, our average lows are usually around -5 to -10, and that's only January and February. Most of the rest of the year is not that bad. Most of our students pay between $400 and $700 a month in rent, which again is very affordable for a city in Canada. And again, as I mentioned, it's very safe, peaceful, and welcoming. Like, our students who come here have nothing but good things to say about living in Sarnia and the community and the experience that they have here. And of course, if you do want to come to Lambton College, the most important thing will be finding a program that fits your goals. And for most backgrounds of students, whether it's work experience or academic, we do have something that will hopefully fit for you. We have 8 different programs in healthcare and community services, 6 in IT, AI, and cybersecurity, 7 in technology and industry, and we have 4 programs in the skilled trades. So you can always talk to Sun-Cor, and they can guide you based on your background to which program you fit best in at Lambton College. But again, no matter what background you have, there's probably something that can fit for you here at Lambton. And then that link at the bottom goes to the entire list of all of our programs, and you can see on there information about how much they cost, the courses that are involved, and potential careers after graduating. So what we want is for your future to begin here at Lambton College. You can get your offer letter in less than 1 week after you apply. Your application is free when you apply through one of our education partners. So Sun-Cor would fit that. We provide support to you in every step of the way. And we are now accepting applications for both the May and September 2026 intakes. So all of our programs are still open. Seats in some of our more limited programs like early childhood education are starting to fill. So it's always better to apply earlier. It just gives you more time to make your payment, apply for your visa, secure your seat, book your flights to Canada. I always recommend applying as soon as you know you've made the decision that you want to study abroad and you want to come to, hopefully it's Lambton College, but anywhere abroad. The earlier you can plan, the better. So you can apply today. You can reach out to Kuya Nikki and Kuya Michael, and they can assist you with that if you're applying from the Philippines. And I really appreciate them having me on their morning with the Kuyas today. And if there's any questions, I'd be most happy to answer them now.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Let me just try to adjust. Oh, okay. There you go. Thank you very much, Eric, for that very informative session. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can hear you guys.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, because at my end, I'm trying to check if I'm, freezing, like my. So yeah, Lambton College is one of the most affordable public college. Once again, it's a public college. Just want to make sure
Yes.
that they are eligible for the programs they offer are 100% eligible for a post-grad work permit.
Mhm.
And we have a huge Filipino community in Sarnia campus.
That's
Uh,
right.
when you say huge Filipino community, there's a lot of Filipino settling down, not only as an international student, but settling down as a permanent resident as well. So you will not miss the Filipino spirit once you are in Sarnia. It's a laid back city. I always share this that even if it's like, I think 2 or 3 hours from Toronto, if I'm not mistaken, Eric, right?
Yeah. It's about 2.5 from the airport, 3 hours
Yeah.
from downtown. Yeah.
So the cost of living is so low, but the minimum wage is just the same. Whatever minimum wage that company are offering in Toronto, it's just the same minimum wage that they're offering it in Sarnia, right? So
Mhm.
less costs,
Yeah.
same amount of money. Why choose a busy place where you can just go to a place there's a huge manufacturing industry,
Yeah,
as well. Lots for healthcare,
Yeah.
businesses, restaurants. You know,
yeah.
and it's just a border away from the U.S. So you literally see the U.S. side.
Just across the river, yeah. It's something I emphasize to students too, because you're right. You're saving money not only on your cost of rent, but I would say that our tuition fee is going to be less expensive
Yeah,
comparable to most places in Toronto. And then even other
Oh yeah.
expenses, like if you buy a car here in Sarnia, your insurance is going to be a lot less than if you're in the Toronto area. The cost of
Oh, for
gas is
sure.
cheaper than if you're in Toronto. Even the cost of transportation. So, like if you're taking the bus around, the bus pass is less expensive. And I would say, again, versus Toronto, the cost of food here is even lower as well.
What I noticed when we visited the Sarnia campus is the parking lot was full. So that means most of the students would have their own vehicle. So it all goes back to cost of living. Cost of wages are the same across Ontario, but the cost of living is lower. It gives you more opportunities to actually focus on other basic needs, like having your own vehicle to travel faster. Um, Makes a lot of opportunities more accessible to you because you could just drive instead of commute. So it gives you more opportunities. And of course, others do some do Uber Eats or Uber
Yes.
Drive. So there's a lot of opportunities there too. And it all starts from better disbursements of your funds available because since your cost of living is lower.
Yes.
yeah. And one of the best thing about Lambton College is most of their programs. I think 80 or 90% of their programs are postgraduate programs.
Yes. This year it's actually a bit less. We do have more undergraduate programs available, but I would say it's, yeah, still 65% postgraduate.
Yes. So when we say postgraduate, that most of the program has its what do you call this? It's a 2 year program, postgraduate, and
Mhm.
of course it has a co-op. Uh,
Yes.
some of them are the co-op, but the co-op is the last term. You don't need to pay for the tuition fee during your last term. So just to emphasize, when you say term, it's semester. So in a postgraduate program, there are 4 semesters, right, Eric?
Yeah.
So first 2 semesters, they're gonna go to school, and before going to the third term, you have a term break, if I'm not mistaken. You have a
Correct.
one
Correct.
full year, I mean 4 months term break where you can work full time,
Yep.
and then on the third, after that term break, you go back to school for 4 months, and then after that, you're gonna have a chance to work full time during your co-op, and you could be a paid co-op.
Most of the time, yes, they are paid. Like a
So
majority, like a vast majority, over 90%
yeah, because
Over 90%. Good.
are
yeah,
paid.
I'm at the website right now. I'm seeing the tuition fees around 20, 21, 24,000, 25,000 for a 2 year program.
Yeah. So I've done the math actually where, if a student pays average rent, let's say $600 a month, you factor in
Mhm.
groceries. If the student works 24 hours a week during their studies, which again, as you mentioned, shouldn't be the focus, but many students are able to handle that. And then they work full time during their academic break, and then they work during their co op. They get your 3 year postgraduate work permit. Let's say within the 5 years that are guaranteed, basically 2 year study, 3 year work permit, it should be, as long as the student is being financially responsible, much more than possible to not only have your education paid off, but also to have been able to save some money as well.
Yes, and I'm just trying to check this out. Let me just try. I'm just trying to share my screen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just want to show to everyone when once you go to the website. Okay, Lambton. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yes.
So yeah, basically you just need to go to programs and international programs. I'm just trying to help you guys how to navigate. Yeah. So first is we always check the PGWP ready.
That's what I was going to say. Good. Yep.
Yeah, that will filter all the postgraduate work permit eligible. So these are CIP code. These are not tuition fees. Okay. For example, I want to study. Let's just say open computer programming. Let's just say a computer programmer. It's open, and then you see it's a 2 year with co-op. And if you can just go to the cost. So first year, this is 5 terms. First
Yeah.
term, second term, third term, fourth term, and then 30,000 with co-op. So this is a 5 year. This is a 5 term program. Let's just select another program that is a 4 year. Can you help me?
Yeah, so that's one that does. So if you go to, let's say, business analytics,
Business
and
and
the other thing too that won't reflect on the program pages is some of these programs are available with entrance scholarships that will be given to all students who are
Oh,
admitted to the program. So the one you just looked at, computer programmer, has a $1,000 entrance scholarship. Say you look at business analytics here, $28,000. That one has a $4,000 entrance scholarship that's applied to the first year. So $2,000 off the first and second semester. The total cost of the program is now around $24,000.
yes. And look at this. The fourth term is zero. You don't need to pay tuition fee on the fourth term. So then you're just paying 3 terms plus the $4,000, discount that you can get. Wow. So yeah, that's how affordable it is. For the Philippine market, Eric, I just want to share to you because oh, hello. Yeah. So for the Philippine market, the most of our applicants are families. You
Mhm.
know, for Lambton College, how do you address this changes with immigration? If you have an applicant who's a family, how do you address this to our clients?
Yeah, it's too bad what's changed with the spousal work permit, but people are still able to come with their families. I believe we're offering something right now where it's like half price tuition for the spouse if the spouse wants to enroll at Lambton College as well. And then if you're bringing your children, we'll obviously assist with helping them to find a local school here in Sarnia, or if it's in Ottawa, to help with that adjustment. But unfortunately, at this time, unless the spouse is able to get their own work permit under a different program, students who are coming for our postgraduate or undergraduate programs with their spouse, they won't be able to work. But if both of them do want to study, we are offering the half price tuition for the spouse.
I see. And bro, Michael, correct me if I'm wrong. When can the student bring their spouses if they're taking a non masteral program?
so there's two ways. First, they could either enter as a visitor, just to be with the student. Some couples do it that way. They're inseparable. So the spouse just comes as a visitor. And in some cases, they wait, and once the international student graduates, gets a qualifying work, they apply for the open work permit. And in some cases, the husband and the wife would both study internationally if funds permitting, and they want to multiply their opportunities also for working and permanent residency. Some couples actually do that. So those are the things that's possible in terms of the limit on the policy now for the open work permit. But others, they just wait, or they just come as visitor, or they study all together, or they just wait for the student to actually have a qualifying job for an open work permit. Either way, um, we have some clients who just stay outside of Canada up until the permanent residency application, and they just land as PR for the spouses of the international students. So Um, it really depends on the situation financially or on the career, because we also have to take into consideration some spouses have really great careers and they rather stay where they are so they could financially support the student as well. So there's many combinations to this, and it's not the end of the world if you cannot bring your spouse on the first on your first entry to Canada.
Yeah, so there's still chances, like what Michael and Eric said, that the Lambton College is also offering 50% off, just in case that the other one or the partner of the student wants to study. So, what are the advantage of that, bro? If both of them are going to be studying,
Sorry,
what's that?
sorry, you're breaking up.
So what's the advantage if both of the, I mean, the couple, both of them will going to be studying?
Oh, the benefit of both couples studying is first, both couples would have strong profiles in terms of express entry. Both couples would also qualify for the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program for the international student stream. And the advantage of studying at Lambton College is they would get extra points for the regionalization categories of the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program. So we're talking about um, roughly 16 points extra for studying outside the GTA and for also most likely finding an employer outside the GTA. Because if you're in Sarnia, for example, most likely once you graduate, you still end up working in the same area outside the GTA. And there's also some draws last year specific to the Sarnia region. For 2026, we don't know if they'll push with rural economic development through immigration program if they were going to push it forward until 2026. But there was a pilot that they used in 2025 and Sarnia benefited from that one. So there's lots of opportunities. You're basically multiplying your permanent residency opportunities more than by a factor of two because there's also foreign worker stream. There's also in-demand skill stream just in case they end up with a tier 4, tier 5 skill level job. So and then of course express entry, there's category based selection. There's a lot if the both couples would study because points wise on the express entry system, each would also contribute on a higher point scale on the education factor.
There you go.
Yeah.
Study at Lambton College. This will give you more chances for permanent residency. Okay, once again, I'm not saying it's we're gonna be automatically you're gonna be permanent resident, but this will give you options or different pathways. I think you mentioned about the one pathway. I'm not sure it's called Ready, right?
Yes, the REDI. So it was a pilot that they did for 2025, and hopefully that that stays on. We don't have
Hmm.
I haven't checked anything yet
Yeah, there's
for
no news
updates on
yet,
that one.
but we're hopeful maybe in February or later this month that we hope to see the program again, but we don't really
Yep,
know yet. There should be an
yep,
update soon.
Yeah, I think only few cities got that, and of course, I mean, Sarnia is one of the city who had that option for, I mean, a pilot program for permanent residency.
Yes. Yeah.
And Eric, you mentioned about the campus in Ottawa.
Hmm.
Uh, how was the new campus in Ottawa? I mean, with all the changes and everything, what are the programs that you guys are offering in Ottawa
Yeah. So
campus?
the Ottawa campus is in partner with St. Paul University, so it's a public partnership. Students who study there are still eligible for the postgraduate work permit. So, but we use space on their campus, and right now we're just focusing on a couple of IT postgraduate programs there.
Mm-hmm.
So there's only two programs available right now for May and September, and that is artificial intelligence and machine learning, along with cybersecurity and computer forensics.
I see. But still, even if it's a public to public partnership, you mentioned it's a PGWP
Yes.
applicable. Just want to make sure because there was a time that the private and public partnership was
Yeah.
stopped already. So this is a public to public. It's the first time I heard about this, a public to
Yeah.
public partnership.
Yeah, I don't know if many other schools are doing it, but yeah, it's like what you said. The private public partner schools are no longer able to have programs that are PGWP eligible, but if it's a partnership with another public institution, it's still able to give them.
I see. And still, the tuition fees is going to be the same, right? Whatever tuition fee they got in the main campus, it will be the same in Ottawa campus. Plus
Yeah,
the
they're relatively the same. And then Ottawa, both those programs have a $3,600 entrance scholarship, so you're probably looking around 25,000 for the entire 2 years.
wow, that's really good news,
And
guys.
Ottawa again is it's the second largest city in Ontario. It's the capital of Canada. You're not going to find more affordable tuition in that area than what we're offering at Lambton College in Ottawa.
And not only that, you're going to be studying in a public university area school too.
Yeah, exactly. It's really close to the University of Ottawa as well. I believe our students can use their fitness facilities there. That we have a deal, and it also has a residence on campus
Oh,
from St. Paul, so students can live right on campus. And it's not like it's not on the outskirts of Ottawa. It's very close to downtown. It's like on Main Street, it's called, and it's like a 15-minute walk, 20-minute walk right from the Canadian Parliament buildings in downtown Ottawa.
wow. I haven't, maybe Michael and I can, schedule a campus tour. And
Yeah, that would be great.
yeah, but yeah,
Awesome.
thank you very much for that information. Eric, before we, let you go, I know you're a busy guy. Um, for the Filipinos, I know Filipinos are very particular with discounts and everything, right? Uh,
Mhm.
right now, do you think Filipinos, what programs that they usually get, especially in Sarnia campus, in Ottawa campus, for the Filipino population, what popular programs that they usually, you know,
Yeah. For students from the Philippines, we've seen a combination, I would say, of business and healthcare being quite popular. We were actually excited to announce that we are able to now continue with the supply chain management program along with the business analytics program, which
mhm.
we originally thought were going to be removed from postgraduate work permit eligibility, but they were not. So those are 2-year postgraduate programs. We also have a 1-year industrial management program that is new. And then on the healthcare side, we have even more options this year than we've ever had before. Personal support worker is a 1-year program. Again, a lot of demand in that field as well for workers. Even just here in Sarnia, there's like over 25 positions posted for personal support workers. We have social service worker, developmental service worker, occupational therapy assistant, and physiotherapy assistant. For students at the postgraduate level, we have healthcare administration management. So working again at like a doctor's office or in the hospital in more of an administrative role, and that's for anybody with a degree in the healthcare field. And then if students are also interested in IT, we have a few new diploma programs, cybersecurity technician, artificial intelligence technician. Again, we have those programs in Ottawa, I mentioned at the postgrad level, and AI and cybersecurity as well. So I think those are the three areas that we've seen, again, most students. We used to have a lot of students from the Philippines for hospitality, but unfortunately we don't have that program anymore, which is too bad because I mean, Filipino hospitality, it's the best. And the students that we had come through it were amazing, and they've gone on, a lot of them, to do really great things. So we're hopeful that our program lineup is still very relevant to what the market in the Philippines want. And again, like you've said, we've had hundreds of students from the Philippines come through any of our campuses, and we had quite the history of success with them, and enjoy being able to have students come here from the Philippines. They bring a lot of energy and life to campus.
I see. Thank you, Brian. So there you go. Healthcare, IT, and business analytics. And Eric, I just want to clarify this one. The co-op part of the program, can they do their co-op within the Ontario, or they can also do their co-op outside
Yeah, you can
Ontario?
do your co-op anywhere in Canada, so it's not limited to Ontario. I looked just at like our construction project management program, which is another
Mhm.
one we have open. I was looking at the co-ops they had from last year, and there was a student who worked in Edmonton, there was a student who worked in Vancouver, one who worked in Nova Scotia. So our students are able to do their co-op experience wherever they want. And like you mentioned, it's in the last semester of their studies, so they don't have any obligation to move back to Sarnia and complete their program. If they get a co-op in Edmonton, they can pick up and move there and then continue their career maybe at that same business or in that city at the very least, if that's what they want to do.
Yeah, because co-op is a very vital part of the program because this is the best time that you can express your skills to an
Mhm.
employer, and once the employer what you shown, they can hire you directly. You don't need to go back to school, right?
Absolutely. It's like a 4-month audition basically at a company. And at the very least, you should be at least be able to get a reference from there if they're not hiring, or you're able to, add some work experience in Canada in your field onto your resume.
Yeah, why we emphasize on this one, because we're also trying to market all the onshore Filipinos
Mhm.
in Canada, study for at least a year and a half here in Sarnia or in Ottawa, and
Yeah.
once you do your co-op, and also your employment during using your postgrad work permit, you don't need to stay here in Ontario. You can just do your co-op in any province you want, as long as it's inside Canada, and there you go. Because most there's a lot of Filipinos in different provinces, and they don't know about this kind of program that Lambton College is offering too.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, Eric. I think, bro, do you want to add anything?
I think everything was well said. I like the part where Eric said it's a 4-month tryout opportunity to prove yourself worthy of your employer's support. Don't forget, guys, you could also qualify for the OINP International Student Stream once you finish with Lambton College. So you don't even need all the other documents similar to the Canadian Experience class, for example. You just need one qualified employer who would support you for that provincial nominee program. So there you go. There's opportunities on the cost of living. There's opportunities on the career. There's opportunities on provincial nominee programs, and of course, the school is world class. So, and of course, the cost of the tuition fee is hard to beat across Canada. So, what else are you waiting for? Go to Lambton College.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Yep. Eric, can you invite again all our viewers and followers of Sun-Cor to apply with Lambton College?
Yes, of course. I mean, it's funny actually. I went on my first international business trip. How long ago was it? I think it was about 3 years ago, maybe. And first stop was the Philippines and hosting the events with you guys. So we've obviously had a strong partnership for many years,
Mhm.
and you guys again have helped many students come and study at Lambton College in Sarnia, at Mississauga when we had that campus open as well. And we always have gotten good feedback. You guys even come down to the campus to host events with the students who you've previously helped. So if you are a student looking to apply to Lambton from the Philippines, I think your first call can be to Nikki and Michael, and they can get you started on the process. And then of course, if you have any questions down the line, you can always reach out to the college directly, or even myself as well. They have my contact information and can always put you in touch with me.
Okay. Thank you very much, and everyone, for giving us your time for today. And enjoy the rest of the week. And once again, Happy New Year. This is our first episode, and see you in our next episode, guys. Bye,
See you in the
everyone.
next one. Take
Bye.
care.